Fam, good morning. What's going on? It's Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Could I get a roll tide inside the comment box? I appreciate you guys joining me on this beautiful Wednesday, March 12th. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're spring breaking, let me know where you're spring breaking from. I hope you guys are having a great spring break, and I hope that you are having a great week, most importantly. Today on the show, we're talking about FoxNation.com's docuseries, The Tide That Binds. I recommend that you guys download the app, that you guys watch the latest episode. You know, team reporters were saying that this was going to be the best episode of the 6-part series. What it did was it basically detailed the moments that Coach Saban announced his retirement, and this man, Greg Byrne, the responsibility that he had to do in those 48 hours. So I watched the show this morning. It was a very good episode. I do recommend that you guys go watch it. So I'm going to hit on that today. There's a couple high-level key points that I would like to bring up and get some feedback on. Let everybody get checked in inside the comment box. Max Tooney, what's up, man? I'm feeling much better, all right? I'm definitely making progress. Slow progress is good progress. One day at a time. Just like in life, right? One day at a time. You never have like a quantum leap. It's always just one day. Herman, what's up, man? Checkmate, my boy. Max Tooney, Javion, what's up? Jonathan, Jarvis, I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Amanda Jane, what's up? I appreciate you guys. So we'll talk about that. And then today is a call-in show. So when you see this on the screen, that means call in and let's talk. I'm feeling better enough to have a call-in show. So let me get through my opening segment, and then we'll take some calls. And what I wanted to go with when you call in, of course, it's your show. I like to talk about the docuseries, if you've seen it, or the moments that Saban retired. Not to reopen like old wounds, but you know, now that we've had a lot of time to think about how Greg Byrne executed that strategy, who he brought in, Coach Kalen Deboer, right? And where Alabama is right now, and if we're still on the right trajectory that we want the program to be, right? I think those are questions that we should talk about. If you want to talk about spring football, Alabama has had 3 practices currently on spring break. They'll start again next week. You also have Alabama basketball in the SEC basketball tournament playing, I believe, this Friday, right? So it's your show. When you guys want to call in, talk about it. I appreciate you guys. But my opening starts now talking about episode 4 of The Tide That Binds on FoxNation.com. Go check it out. Definitely recommend it. All right. Okay. So, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but you kind of already know what happened. I'm just going to hit on some high-level things. But there are a couple spoiler alerts, okay? So, the episode starts off, and it's talking about Greg Byrne sitting in the back of Alabama's football facility where Coach Saban talks to all the players, right? And Coach Saban comes up and he announces that he's going to retire. And Greg Byrne, you know, was kind of waiting to see like what had happened. I don't know if he had an inclination that he was going to retire or not, but the plan goes into place. And Greg Byrne, I mean, think about the responsibility that he was going to ultimately have at some point in time, having to not necessarily replace, but get a new coach in at the University of Alabama, right? Because you can't really replace Coach Saban. So he said over the last, 5 years or however long Greg Byrne's been here, that he's had a document in place that was going to basically go over like a step-by-step procedure to go along with the next head football coach. I mean, look, Greg Byrne, I know he's probably one of the most recognized athletic directors in the country, I would say. Maybe not. I'm not saying that just because I'm in the Alabama ecosystem, but people know who he is, right? He's on a huge platform. I mean, last year he was on Capitol Hill with Coach Saban. He has a big platform, big responsibility, and you think about what he's done. He got Coach Nate Oates in here, and look what Nate Oates has done for Alabama basketball. And you look at what, you know, the responsibilities that he was going to ultimately have to, you know, take on with Alabama's football coach. Amanda, what's up? I appreciate you becoming a fan funder. That's what's up. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is a Casino vibes, right? Yeah, Robert De Niro. Great movie. Casino is amazing. I might have to rewatch. I do like Goodfellas better than Casino, but I mean they're both up there. I'm a mob movie type guy. I mean, I've told you about Sopranos. That's why I like when Chris from New Jersey calls in from the mattresses, because I like to think it's like Chris Maltasanti calling from the other side, right? Let me ask you this, and I don't think I've done this before. What would you say your approval rating overall is for Alabama's athletic director, Greg Byrne? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like he's done an amazing job, 7, tough gig, but he's doing a good job, 5, you're like, man, 4, he's not doing his thing. I've never really thought about this as well, so this would be something new that I answer. Todd, what's up? Robert Hell, good morning to you, man. I appreciate you being here. You know what I'm going to say? I think it's pretty high. Jarvis, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to go like an 8.5 or something like that. Maybe an 8, because I want to see what Coach Kalen Deboer can do. And I think the coaches that you hire are a reflection of you. But in terms of what he's done, I mean, even think about the baseball coach and some of the things that Alabama basketball, how they've had to deal with some of their, off the court issues a couple years ago. Baseball, same thing. Football replacing, the head football coach. Man, those have been some really tall tasks to take on, specifically now in where college athletics is overall. He's done a great job with softball, right? Yeah, so high, a lot of high marks, which isn't surprising to see at all. And I like him. He's very personable. I've met him a couple times, and he's been very respectful. He's been very nice. He's been very cordial with members of the media. He's a very nice person, very outgoing, really tall too. He like 6? He seems like he's like 6'5". Movies has it 7.5 until Kalen Deboer proves higher. And that's the biggest thing as the football program, right? Because the football program not only drives the local economy, but it drives the entire university. So one of the things that Greg Byrne talks about is he had kind of kept his eye on Coach Kalen Deboer, and he flies out to Seattle, Washington, and he meets with his wife, and they put a plan in place, and they wanted to make a decision really fast. He said that he wanted to make a decision within 72 hours. If you rewind back to when Coach Saban retired, that 72 hours and those first 24 hours after, it was critical because in this crazy world of college football, now there's a 30-day window when a coach announces his retirement or that he's fired or whatever, that the transfer portal window is open. So you're not just trying to get in or replace any type of coach. It's Coach Saban, right? And it's not anywhere else in the country. It's Alabama, 5 stars on 5 stars, an entire roster that is eventually going to go in the NFL or make a run. He's 6'6". Yeah, he's tall. He's so tall. So he kind of details those moments, and you had to have something in place. But let's face it, he did a really good job executing, and they had to do it in a short window. I think it was 48 hours that he was able to get Kalen Deboer. He did mention that he spoke to somebody else. Who do you think that was? I don't know if it was Dan Lanning. Who do you think another candidate was, like a serious candidate? Do you think it really was Dan Lanning? I know there was a bunch of stuff that was like, yeah, his plane was coming in or whatever. But let me hear from you inside the comment box. Who else was like, because he did say in the docuseries that there was somebody else that he talked to. So it looked like there was like 2 guys. Who do you think the other one was? Do you think it was Dabo Swinney? Do you think it was Dan Lanning? Bama Dave, you're 100,000,000% right inside the comment box. No one wants to follow a legend, period. Nobody. Ricky Smith is saying Kiffin. Todd saying Sark. I'm talking about episode 4. I just watched it this morning. And if you want to watch it, this is the best way to do it. What I did, I've been watching it on my phone. So I just went to Fox Nation and downloaded the app, paid like the $9.99 or whatever, and that's how I've been watching it. It's like $9.99 for the month. I don't know. Sark. See, I personally don't think it was Sark. Because I feel, well, I wanted it to be Sark. I really did. I think I wanted it to be Sark because I like Sark. I feel like he is the next great coach. I don't know if he'll go to the NFL, but Texas is going to pay him whatever he wants, right? I think he's a fantastic football coach. I don't know. I think Kiffin is smart enough to know, and Sark as well, but I think Kiffin, he's a brilliant strategist. Nobody wants to be the guy after the guy. Kiffin wants to see how this all plays out with Coach Kalen Deboer, and then he comes back in, and I think Kiffin will be the coach if things were to go south with Coach Kalen Deboer. Then I think you go with Kiffin. Because the reason is if, let's say, Coach Kalen Deboer can't get to the playoffs, can't do what we hope he can do, then I think the brand kind of starts to go the other way. And the only person that can resurrect that brand would be somebody like Kiffin. Kiffin instantly brings you that juice again. But Coach Kalen Deboer, not to say that he's slipping, but like, you got to make the playoffs. This is a critical year. Everybody's watching you. Everybody knows what's at stake with year 2, right? But I don't think like Kiffin even was after this job. I think he's still waiting. Steven, what's up, man? Steven is saying, bro, Kiffin had no shot. I don't even think that Kiffin was like went after the job. I think later down the road, I would imagine that Kiffin's going to try to somehow get back to Tuscaloosa. But I don't know like who it was. I kind of feel it was Dan Lanning who was like the other coach. But I don't know. There's a part, I saw Nick Kelly of AL.com put this out as well on social media on X. But Kalen DeBoer's wife goes into Nordstrom's and she buys a tie. And the customer service agent is like, these aren't purple. This is in Seattle. And she's like, I know they're crimson. And he's like, thank you very much for your time and good luck going forward. She's had a couple interviews in here. This is another screen grab from FoxNation.com. So they go in. Can you imagine Coach Kalen Deboer? So the plane lands. Remember when the plane landed? And Greg Byrne was like, we executed everything 100%. The only thing that we didn't execute on, so let's give ourselves like a 99 out of 100, is the fact that they didn't have any gear for Coach Kalen Deboer, like not an Alabama hoodie, not an Alabama hat. So he comes off the plane. I think Courtney Morgan's with him at this time, and they go right into the film room right here, right? The main meeting room, and he don't have like a Alabama whatever on. So he introduces his family. But can you imagine talking to the players, you know, a couple days after Coach Saban just announced in that same room that he's retiring? Man, that's a hard room to win over. You're like, because look, these are 5 stars. These are future NFL guys. There's no other Saban. And even though you just played for a national championship, these guys don't care. Like, these guys are used to a certain standard. So coming in, man, credit to Coach Kalen Deboer for having the stones to step up and coming in, right? This is the toughest job that there is in sports. Was after Saban. Nah, I don't think Alabama reached out to D'Amico Ryans. I would have loved to see D'Amico Ryans, but he wasn't even on my wish list because I think like that ship sailed a long time ago and he's going to do his thing in the NFL, right? He already is. They do mention that there was team leaders that did keep the team together. I mean, Coach Kalen Deboer says this. He said Jalen Milroe, Tyler Booker, and Malachi Moore. All those guys were captains, right? But he said that those guys played a really strong role in keeping the team together. And also within that 72-hour time frame, they talked like Jeff Allen, kind of like the nucleus of the program, right? Went out and talked to players and were like, don't go anywhere else. Like, give the new coach a chance. Just let's see what the new staff looks like, right? Adam Hicks inside the comment box is saying Bama didn't reach out to anyone except Coach Kalen Deboer. Nobody else had the balls to step up. And that, look, That could very well be the case as well. But going off what Greg Byrne said, he said that he did reach out to somebody else. Anyways, all right, last thing I want to hit on is what has been your, you've had a year to think about it, to assess it with Coach Kalen Deboer coming here. What would you like to see from Coach Kalen Deboer and his staff in year 2, now that you do have Ryan Grubb, now that you do have a new quarterback? Be thinking about those things going forward. I mean, he seems like an ultra nice guy that does have the best interest, and it seems like the players do really like him. From watching the docu-series and stuff like that, it seems like I ain't seen this before. It seems like he has a really a good continuity with the players. Ephraim just wants to see emotions. And he had a little bit of bite on the sidelines. He was pissed off. You got to throw the helmet, though. Or the headset. You got to throw the headset. Throw it in the first game. This is what you have to do, okay? This is how to win the fan base, okay? First game of the season, go down to Florida State, okay? Beat the living, you-know-what, out of Florida State. Bad. Like, drub them, okay? Kind of keep the foot on a little bit, right? Kind of show daddy's home, okay? And then you know what you do? When you're up, I don't know, 42-7 or whatever, all right? Because I would imagine that the spread's going to be a little bit closer going down to Tallahassee. But this is what you do. Hang with me. All right? It's 42-7. You know what you do? You have somebody on the team, like a false start or something like that, and you absolutely lose your mind when there's like 5 seconds left in the game, and you already won. And you get your headset when it's 42-7, and you smash it into the ground, and you rip the team. And you're like, are you not entertained? You see what I'm saying? And that's how you win the fan base. Because Coach Saban, what we loved about him is he was never satisfied. 50-0, you get a penalty, he wasn't happy. He was mad about that particular play because it wasn't perfection, right? That's what you do to win everybody. Seriously, that's the formula that had us all eating out of Coach Saban's hand. That's how you, that daddy's home, right? Be like, he did it all the time. It was perfect, and we liked that because we knew who daddy was. All right, call line is open, 205-850-1994. That's the number to call in. It's your show. It's what you guys want to talk about today. I appreciate you guys hanging with me this week. I was a little bit under the weather. I'm feeling much better. Hopefully, 100% by tomorrow. Show must go on. Battle through it. Grateful for the well wishes and the prayers inside the comment box. All right. 601 batting first today. Batting first today from Pensacola, Florida. It's your boy, Jay. Jay, what's up, man?
Good morning, Kyle. How you doing?
Good, man.
I sound better.
Yeah, I appreciate you batting leadoff today. You're not usually our leadoff hitter. I guess we're changing the lineup.
I'm used to on the last one to be on. But.
Yeah. You know, in no disrespect to anybody who bats like 7th in the lineup or 8th in the lineup, we have a strong lineup. We do. But, you know, today we're switching around the order today. Jay from Pensacola batting leadoff today for the show, man. What's up, man? Welcome on in. And I hope are we spring breaking? Are the kids spring breaking? Where are we at?
Yeah, they are spring break. But as a truck driver, I never really had time off.
That's
My
right.
truck is messing up.
Work is work.
I happen to be at home right now, so.
Work is work.
So it's a blessing to be at home right now. So I'm just happy to be at home.
So what's on your mind, man?
I want to see to your question that you had. I want to see more balance from the offense. You know, as you came in, in 2016. Those saving teams right there, those balanced teams right there, they like I hear them say all the time, like they can beat you by defense, they can beat you by running, they can beat you by wide receivers, they can beat you any way they wanted to.
Yeah.
I want to get back to that more balanced approach for the offense goes. And for me, I feel like it starts with the O line.
Mm.
If the O line is not cannot protect the quarterback, and which I feel like even if the pocket is collapsed, I feel like with Ty Simpson's, I would say kind of experience with knowledge. I feel like his knowledge and his wherewithal, I feel like he can make a play around it.
All right, Jay talking about balance and O-line. Okay, I'll answer you on the other line, Jay. I appreciate you calling in, man. Thanks for leading off the show, bro.
Have a good one.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right, Jay checking in from Pensacola on the leadoff. We got a 2.56 and an 8.65. It looks like we got Angel from Pigeon Forge batting in the 3 spot today. Look, Jay, I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for calling in. Look, I think when you talk about balance for this team going forward, it's really important because and that's one of the questions that we're interested in this coming year is like, how is Ryan Grubb going to feed the running backs? Because we all know about Alabama's wide receivers. Let's just go out and say it. This looks like the best wide receiving unit in the country. It really does. I mean, these guys, star-studded, two high level returners coming back, an ultra talented transfer in. But how are you going to use the running backs? And can you be balanced? Can you milk out the clock? Can you be super aggressive like Ryan Grubb wants to be, but also maintain time of possession when you need to do it? I'm curious about that as well. And he's right. Jay's right. Starts with the offensive line because, as I said yesterday on the show, if you can fix the right tackle position and you can figure out who's going to be your left guard, then the question comes back to, how does the quarterback operate the offense, and how does the quarterback work with the offensive coordinator to operate the offense on a high level, schematically, right? I felt at time last year there wasn't that much balance. I felt that Alabama offensively was kind of all over the place. But yeah, I think balance is definitely important. All right, looks like Angel is moved to the 2 spot, and we'll take it right now. I think this is Angel. Hey, who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
This is Angel, Kyle.
Angel, what's up, man? All right. I'm still getting used to this number, man. I didn't know if you were batting the 2 spot, the 3 spot. Angel from Pigeon Forge, man. What's up, man? Welcome on in the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yesterday when he read that post out, yeah, I was right about that because Coach Deboer is really soft and all that. He can't. That's why I want him this year to be more tough enough, and get these players ready to go and not their buddies. But look, I'm honest about that, and you have to be because I rather be a person that's honest and not be all corporate and all that. You know what I'm saying? Animated. But I feel like this team needs that toughness. Needs what Nick Saban had, but what Coach DeBoer needs is to, get all these players because you can't have people roaming around, you have to have order in the room and all that. And that's probably what last year happened. Last year we didn't have any order in the room really that much because people were, they were listening to music, ice cream. You can't be soft, man. That's what I'm saying about that. And I just want to see this team be better than last year because last year, the last group was saving the guys. It's a shame because that's how they will be remembered. They underachieved, 4 losses to terrible teams. I mean, besides Tennessee and besides Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Oklahoma, and all these guys, they underachieved, and I feel like we can't have that because that ruins the brand, and also Bama's overall, blue chip thing, which I really think that he needs to change his attitude, Coach DeBoer, and be more tough because he can't be relaxed because the SEC, it's going to be stressful. He knew that going in, and the backlash, especially on the head coach show, which I did talk about that.
Yeah.
And they did ban me one time, and And like, good thing I got a new number that way. I'm unbanned. So, and he seemed kind of off. Like everything was kind of off. They were screening calls and all this.
Huh.
And I don't really care if I get banned or not. I say what I want to say. But and I just hope Coach Deboer knows that and realizes that going forward, you're going to have to be tough enough to take this job seriously. And, you know, and there's a high expectation because it's Alabama.
Yeah.
18 championships. I know I'm going on a rant or whatever, but I feel like that this is what the show needed today is a little rant. Because I think it's healthy to get that off your chest, you know. And I really do believe in Coach Deboer, but I gotta see more from him.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that Georgia game we saw, we need more of that.
All right,
anyway, Kyle, you got someone behind me, man. Roll
I appreciate
time,
it. Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. All right, man. Thanks, Angel.
Roll time, man.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Hey, Run the Table Sports, man. What's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Hope that you guys are having a good spring break if you guys are spring breaking. So Angel hit on a couple different points. I got Chris from New Jersey and then a 205. I'll get to you guys in just a few minutes. I appreciate you guys being here. Kyle Anderson, Bama Football on YouTube. Today is Wednesday, March 12th. Hope you guys are having an amazing day with your family and getting through the week. Angel hit on toughness. Look, I think – so I don't really know. I think the perception is like Coach Kalen Deboer soft or whatever. I don't know about that. I think that's, you know, something that people are definitely questioning. But I do know this. I do know that people are questioning Alabama's toughness overall. And that is something that really is interesting to see just after 1 year, because as soon as Coach Saban left and Coach Kalen DeBoer took over, people were questioning the toughness of Alabama. And I think it was I've never seen this before, like teams feeling that they could kind of shove Alabama around, kind of go into Bryant-Denny Stadium on Saban Field and kind of like do what they wanted to do. Now Alabama was undefeated at home, but you get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people like teams didn't fear and don't fear Alabama like they used to right away, right? So does that come with being soft? Maybe so. You know, I just saw in the news yesterday, Rich Rod. Did you guys see this? Coach Rich Rodriguez, West Virginia, banned TikTok, like dancing in the locker room. And like, you can't do that anymore if you're a part of the program. Did you see this? He said it's like a bad look for the team. He said that that's not the direction that we want to go. Did you see this? How you feel about this? I don't know. I saw it. I think people are going to be mad about it. But after I'm like inside the comment box saying like the lack of intensity in practice, you do start to question those things. I think Angel brings up some good points. Says like no order. I did feel like that too. It was like, who was on top and what does the hierarchy look like? And I get it. All these coaches have, you know, assistant head coaches, associate head coaches, but who is like the man? Like, who lays the law down? And you know what? You have Ryan Grubb coming in. They're like, oh, well, he's going to be like the tough guy. The tough guy should be the guy at the very top. Period. That's it. Yeah, I did see O.J. Howard coaching. Blake Sims too, right? There was someone else too. Former coaches now linked up with Coach Scott Cochran. Angel also hit on the fact that they underachieved. Yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah, Bama Dave points out he banned dancing on TikTok, not TikTok altogether. Yeah, I mean, how you feel about that, Bama Dave? So basically what that means, you can't be a player and do your little dances on TikTok. Does it hurt the program? I don't know. But that's his program, so he could do whatever he wants with the program. See, and Byron Russell, I 100% agree with you, bro, right here. Even for the short 9 years that I've covered the team, the brand has never been questioned about toughness. Never. Because Alabama, this state is known for hard work and being tough. Like, this is the first time that I've seen Bama be labeled as soft. 100%, bro. 100%. All right. Chris from New Jersey, let's do it. Chris, what's up, man? I appreciate you being here.
Kyle, my friend, happy hump day.
What's up, bro?
All right. Well, I'm gonna have a little bit of a different opinion than where everybody's going, and so hear me out. So last year, I myself and you and the undefeated, we were way too overly optimistic, especially me.
Yeah.
So and calling for national championships, saying Milroe for Heisman. I felt I was the trap was on my my paw, and I couldn't get out, and I was stuck to that whatever trap was on my leg. So now I'm going to go the opposite here. We're way too pessimistic now. Oh, by the way, Kyle, why were we? Looking back now, being how optimistic we were, the entire country poached our team.
Yeah.
We lost Saban. They took our safety who played a significant role in the national championship. And all the other players around the country, Isaiah Bond, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We didn't know how the coaches were going to do. We lose Grubb in a week and we get Sheridan. We all know how that worked out. So was I way too overly optimistic? Of course. Silly. Well, the reason why the fan is short for fanatic, Kyle, right?
Yeah, of course.
We're all fanatics.
Yeah.
So now let's go positive town. We're being way too pessimistic. First of all, we have a much better chance. Like, let's be analytical here. We have a much better chance of making the playoffs and potentially winning the SEC and maybe even winning a national championship this year versus last year. And for all the right reasons. I think the offensive line, despite I told Max I'm not writing right tackle in all parentheses. I think we're going to have the right five guys on the field. I think we're going to get better quarterback play. And when I mean better quarterback play, I mean who's ever in there is going to distribute the ball to the talent, either the running back room or the wide receivers, who I think is the best room in the country. Maybe get some of the tight ends involved. So we're going to be better on offense because we're going to spread the rock around. Yeah. Defensively, guys, why the long face, as they say? We're going to have a better defense this year than we did last year. And don't forget, we're getting Lawson back, Damani Jackson back. We're going to be a better defense. We're going to be better all around. The only area we're probably not going to be better, hopefully we won't need it, is the punter. So, Kyle, let's go happy hump day, happy positive day.
Ooh, I like it.
I think we're way too pessimistic for what we're about to see.
Yeah.
Way too pessimistic. So, I'm calling in. What spot am I in over here, Kyle? What am I like?
You know what?
All the way down to like 5.
No. You're in the 3 spot today, bro. So nice.
Oh, okay. All right.
And you want somebody.
Unfortunately, I do have to do some work sometimes, Kyle. So
yeah. No, look, your three hole hitter should bring positivity to the lineup because look, we had Jay. I think he got on with a base on ball. Angel came out pretty heavy. And then your positional third batter, he brings in some RBIs. So, yeah, I like it, man. Hey, Ricky Smith, I appreciate it, bro. Have a good rest of your Wednesday. Anything else, Chris, while you're here?
That's it.
All right,
positive Wednesday. Kyle, thanks for everything you do. My best to you. My best to the undefeated. Roll Tide.
All right, Roll Tide, bro. All right, Chris in the undefeated call line is open 205-850-1994. Chris saying that, being too optimistic. What's up, Hattie Mae? I appreciate you being here. Oh, hey, heads up. Friday through Saturday, tune into Ryan Hall, James Spann. If you're in the Southeast region, it looks like the storms are very serious. So, and, this looks like the real deal. So please be safe out there. Tony says that he's putting his house on every single game this year. That's how optimistic he's been. Yeah, I think that, no, Hattie, man, I love baseball, bro. But you see what I'm saying from like a lineup perspective? You have to be able to shift around. Today we had our 7-hitter. Jay moved up to 1. Just trying to, it's a series. But saying being too pessimistic. I would agree with that because of the fact that you're in a much better place foundational this year at this point in time compared to last year. Even if you just look at the defense, the secondary, we had no idea what was going to happen with the secondary. At this point in time, we have every single thing set in place. And it looks like Cam Calhoun is going to be one hell of a Husky if he's able to win that position. I think it was J.A. Kelly. Somebody inside the comment box said that Draker Patrick's getting some look at Husky. I haven't heard that yet. That would be news to me. That would be amazing. I'm excited to hear that might be the case. I'll follow up on that. Skylar Cook says Ryan Hall is legit. Oh, 1,000,000%. I mean, that guy is on such a mega platform. What does he have? Millions of subscribers? He has an amazing channel. If you guys haven't followed him for weather, we have a weather content creator inside the comment box. North Alabama Storm Chase. He does a good job too. So anyways, I just think from a foundational standpoint, look, you have a better offensive coordinator in. You have better secondary. A couple of injuries out in springtime. Now the spring, changes because of college football. They're a little strange. Where you're not going to have like a true 8-day game. Does that limit the team? No, I don't think so. You don't have let's see what happens after this transfer portal window on April 15th. But you're in a much better place. I'm sure Alabama will bring in some guys from that transfer portal. I know we're all hoping for like this right tackle or whatever. I don't know if that'll be the case. But when I look to Alabama, like from a roster management standpoint, I feel really good about where things stand. The offensive line, I'm a little bit concerned about, and like defensive line depth, but no, I'm in a good position. And Chris also brought up like better quarterback play. We're all hoping on that. I don't think it's going to be worse than last year. You do have quarterbacks that are, vying for the spot, and I truly do feel there's a quarterback competition. Maybe not for like week 1 against Florida State, but I do think for the overall picture, there's a quarterback battle for sure. So, we'll see what's up. Call line is open if you want to chat with me today, 205-850-1994. Getting back to this whole Rich Rod thing with the TikTok, like banning the dances. How do you guys feel about that? How are we feeling about that? Does that affect like the team overall performance? I don't know. I mean, kids are kids, teenagers are teenagers. It's like trends. I don't know. Like Ryan Williams has been doing that sort of stuff for a long time. It didn't seem to like prohibit any type of playmaking ability that he had. I seen all the Alabama players doing it. I already saw Keelan Russell. We talk about maturity. You can be mature and still have fun, right? Like I saw him doing some videos. It didn't seem to prohibit what he was able to do. I don't know. B-Rob inside the comment box says this. Kyle, who or how many players do you think will transfer coming soon? I don't know how many players Alabama will take or how many players will go. I would imagine there's some. That's just kind of the normal part of the process. I'm curious to find out, if players leave. I do kind of look to some positions where there's a little bit of a bottleneck and players not being able to be named starters just yet. But I would like to see most of these guys, like, for example, I don't know if Keon Keeley is even thinking about leaving. But it's going to be a little bit more challenging again for him to get on the field. There's nothing wrong with that. It like being at practice and being right behind LT Overton, be patient. If these guys can be patient and buy into this process of learning to be developed, they're going to be better for it. I think sometimes when you transfer out, it's the grass isn't always greener. Run the Table Sports inside the comment box says this. We also have a wide receiver room that really want to see each other win. No big I's or little U's. The bond is being built and the focus on winning. So the focus is hella different from last year. Yeah, I mean, you clearly have like Ryan Williams, but he's clearly come out and said he doesn't care. Like he just wants to win. That's leadership. Like, okay, throw me the ball when I have opportunities. But I don't have to be like getting everything to be happy. He wants to win games. Because when you win games, everybody's name is going to be elevated, not just yours. Bama Dave inside the comment box coming back. I'd rather have them dance on TikTok than dance in the end zone. See, I agree with that, okay? I thought it was pretty embarrassing I think there was a couple times where Alabama was trailing last year and they scored and they were dancing. I would make it like if I was the coach, I'd be like, we're celebrating after the game is over. In the locker room, I'll come in and dance with you guys. But until the scoreboard is done and we've won this game, hand the ball to the official. Do your, little celebration is fine. I'm not mad about it. But like the whole team dancing when you're getting your ass kicked, it's like, not really that. That's not it. But that is a thing now, is like the whole dancing thing. Yeah, that was it, Bama Day was the Vandy game. I was like, I didn't really like that. Anyways, yeah, but I am feeling better. So what's on tap later on this week is you got Alabama basketball taking place. I think I have their bracket here on the back end. Sorry if that's a little, I have to scrub through to get to the bracket. But I think, I don't even know if I can find it. I think they play Friday. Is that right? I think they play Friday. They play like the winner of Florida, Oklahoma, and I think Georgia. We talked about this yesterday for a good amount of time as a schedule. Let me see if I can find that basketball schedule real quick. And like I said, I'm not kidding. Like those storms look absolutely crazy. Oh, here it is. Let's see if I can get a pause on that. So you have these games taking place here on the far left tonight. You have number 16 South Carolina taking on Arkansas. You have Texas taking on Vandy. You have LSU taking on Mississippi State. And then you have Oklahoma taking on Georgia. Kentucky will host on the bottom. And then Alabama is set to play at 9:30 Central or 9:30 Eastern time on Friday. Does anybody think that this team wins the SEC basketball tournament? Type Y inside the comment box if you do. I don't know. Does it matter? Not really. I don't know. It's just, the schedule that they've played has just been absolutely crazy. Super challenging. Run the Table Sports inside the comment box says this: it's all about accountability and responsibility. It's part of the growth in becoming a man. May as well let them go through growing pains and learn those valuable lessons. I like that. Accountability and responsibility. Yeah, man. And nothing will make you grow up more than facing adversity, right? Should I say that again? Do you guys agree with me? If you're grown out there, is there anything that has made you grow more as a person professionally than going through adversity? Holy cow. Oh my God. That'll test you. It'll wake you up, right? Set you straight. Because if your life is comfy the entire way, wow, you just have amazing fortune and amazing karma and love it. Enjoy that. But if you've hit some bumps, and the way that you, and I love this because if you've played team sports, you've faced adversity. You've lost. Right? That's why I love sports, because it helps you grow. Max Tooney says our ceiling is a 2 seed. I don't care where the team is in the whole, like the March Madness tournament bracket. I just want them to get out of like playing SEC teams for a little while. Let's see how this team does just playing like a team outside of the SEC. This is crazy. This is enough adversity that they've faced. The schedule's been too crazy. It's like, okay, now let them play against other teams. Think about this. They got to go through Kentucky, either Florida, probably Florida again, probably Auburn again. Okay, we get it. I'm sure they're exhausted. This is probably the perfect time for them to rest up. It's been a good week to rest up too. Everyday American, what's up, man? Y'all hit the like button. We have 142 watching. Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much, man. Southern Red's like, good Lord, we better win right out the gate versus FSU. 100%. Oh, my God. That game, the game against Florida State, oof. And you know what? While I would hope that Alabama just beats the brakes off those guys, Florida State, this is their chance to, of redemption of their entire program. You get Alabama at home. Everyday American inside the comment box talking about the crane. The Crimson Crane when Grant dunked on that dude. Yeah, that was wild. I saw Bruce Pearl doing the crane too. All right, fam. You can find me on Facebook, Bama Football on YouTube. And these are also uploaded to podcasts, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. Thank you for calling in to the show today. If you called in, we'll continue to move towards the end of spring break. I might be off on Friday morning. I'll keep you guys posted. We'll see how it goes. But every single day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central Time, right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for rocking with me. Thank you for giving me some grace as I work through this little cold or whatever that I had. I appreciate you guys so much. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama on this beautiful Wednesday, March 12th. Kyle Anderson, a Bama